It is my distinct pleasure and honor to introduce and have St. Matthew's House CEO Steve Bruder on our show today. Hello, Steve.
Hi, Mary. I'm glad to be with you today.
And we are glad you're here. I know you've got your hands full right now, but for those that don't know who St. Matthew's House is and what you do, could you give us a brief overview?
Sure. We've been in the community for 35 years now. We've been focused on hunger, homelessness, and addiction. So we're serving people in our care, some 400 every day. And we also serve the community. We've ramped up our food assistance program since COVID. You've probably seen us on the news reports. We're serving almost 20,000 households every month since COVID.
Wow.
With groceries to help them get by. So we do a lot of outreach in the community with the homeless, and we're here. We've been serving, and we'll keep on serving through this Ian disaster that we've all experienced.
We really appreciate all that you do. And, some of the things, because we at the Bartos Group do a food drive every year in the spring, but I think right now you've got enough food. What are some of the things that people can donate other than money to help?
Yeah, that's a great question. And we are doing good with food and water and supplies. We're finding that every disaster brings out more trauma. And so we're seeing more people come to us, first-time homeless, elderly homeless, people that have been displaced, and they're leaving the emergency shelters and they have nowhere to go. So we're putting together some kits for the homeless. Those can contain socks and toiletry items, lip balm, things like that, snacks, protein bars. We're putting together those kits that can be given out with water to just really help serve the unsheltered right now. So that's one area. Another area is our own staff was severely impacted. We had 22 staff members lose their home or their car or their personal possessions to varying degrees. And these folks continue to come to work. They continue to care for others, but they've had great loss. So we're trying to do what we can to equip them. And it could be some furniture, it could be some accessories for the home, even temporary hotel accommodations. So those are a couple areas that could be really helpful right now.
It's amazing. What heroes.
Yes. Yeah, we had several reports of some of our employees actually helping rescue people when the storm surge was coming. So you're right, there are heroes and angels among us, and we honor them. We want to try to help them get through this.
Steve, one of my own clients actually brought in some furniture from Colorado, and they're actually dropping it off as we speak. But how about furniture? Do you want people to donate furniture? At this point, it sounds like, a lot of the needs are probably more financial than donations.
Well, twofold on the donations. We saw a slowdown with our thrift store donations, of course, with the storm. People were just preoccupied with taking care of their own home and possessions. So that's one area. We can certainly use donations coming into the thrift stores. The thrift stores are really our lifeblood of the organization. They sustain us by covering all of our administrative expenses. So it's important to keep the thrift stores going. We had one take severe damage up in Fort Myers. Another one had quite a bit of water come in. So coupled with the lack of donation stream right after Ian and some of the damage, donations to these thrift stores help. But
Steve, when you say donations, is clothing one of those things that people could donate?
Yes, clothing, accessories, any type of housewares and furniture, all of that is really helpful and appreciated. And then, as I mentioned, those staff members, many of them are going to have to replace their items that were just soaked with the storm surge and the flooding. So we're trying to help them out at the same time, keep the thrift stores stocked. a lot of people are going to be looking for furniture, and that's why we want to keep the thrift stores full to really help the community in that way.
Of course. You know, when we talked to set this up, Steve, it was shortly after the storm, and it sounds like we can still do good by donating clothes. Clearly, if there's someone in need, like, you know, your 21, 22 folks, that needs to go to them if you are listening to me and you have that person or their people. But, you know, that overload, I would say we all have clothes in our closet. In my case, it's probably 4 sizes because I'm in one at a time and it doesn't ever seem to go down. But all those clothes that I think I'm going to get back into would be great that I've held on to that, you know, they're lightly used. That would be something that could go in the thrift store. Furniture, lightly used, no rips, no, you know, stains, those kinds of things are important as well. What else, like, you know, we're sitting with greenery and things like that. Would those be things that you would want to have donated as well?
Yes. Yeah. All of that can be helpful and appreciated. And when we talk about furniture, I also wanted to mention our women's recovery campus, which is in Alva. That got flooded, both the Life Center and one of the homes where most of the women stayed. So we've got all of the women in our 12-month residential recovery program crowded into 2 homes now. So metal bunk beds were okay, but upholstered sofas and chairs and some of the desks and side chairs, some bookshelves, those were all damaged. And we're tearing into that back house now by demoing and gutting that house. So we also have to equip our 36 women at our recovery campus with new furniture or slightly used furniture to get them back in shape.
And what about mattresses? Are you guys picky about the mattresses, or, you know, as long as they don't have stains? And
well, yeah, the mattresses, it's not so much about the use, it's the size, because most of the facilities have bunk beds and that takes a particular size. So for our own people, it's tough to provide the mattresses.
You know, I'm sitting thinking about my own house again. I moved furniture from one place to another, and my husband said, "We've got this mattress. What should we do with it?" And I said, "Well, I don't know." But it sounds like the coolest part about what you do at St. Matthew's House, or one of the many cool things, is if you're looking to donate and you want someone to come and pick it up, St. Matthew's will do that on a day that they service your area. So, you know, for example, if we collect these here in our 3 offices, we can get you to come to our office and pick them up. But if you have a need and you want them to come, big stuff, why would you haul it to somewhere else? You at St. Matthew's House, Steve, can come and pick it up from them, correct?
That's right. It's free pickup. Our dispatch and call center is really efficient in getting to people when they call, being able to schedule the time per their schedule. And then our team will come out and pick it up right at your home. So that's a great way to donate and support St. Matthew's House.
I love that. So what we're going to do, Steve, is we're going to put your information, the call center below. We will be picking up these items, you know, if they're small clothing, and we can have one stop in one of our Bartos Group offices. We're going to do that as well. If they're larger, we'll send them out. And then we'll also put a link on how people can donate funds, because if you can't donate any of these things, or you're not in the area and you still want to give to this cause, you know, I think you guys would receive those. You wouldn't be opposed to some cash as well.
Not at all. It really helps us care for everyone in our programs, but also care for the community. Last Friday, we did an outreach in the River Park East neighborhood, which was really hit hard by flooding. And we helped in a home, tearing all the contents and drywall out. A 79-year-old woman who works cleaning homes and was at work, trying to keep things going. We helped her and several other homes in the area. So there's just a lot of community outreach that we're doing while we're caring for the people in our program. So every bit helps. We have a lot of uninsured losses, as everybody knows, with these storms, and deductibles to cover. So the financial donations really help us keep serving in our community.
Well, I can't thank you enough for taking the time in this very critical and busy time that you're dealing with to come and talk to us. And we here at the Bartos Group do support what you're doing, always have.
Mary, thank you so much for all your support. Thanks for just giving me a few minutes to talk about all that we're doing to really serve in Collier County.
Well, we appreciate you. Thanks, Steve. Thanks for taking the time, and hopefully we'll have an update later that we can do again at some other time. And we appreciate what you're doing.
Be happy to. God bless.
Thank you. You too.